The Minister for Finance, Brian Lenihan, was asked what were the principal causes of the economic collapse in 2008, and he said cheap euro credit and cheap European labour from the East. Globalisation. Globalisation, the darling of monopoly capitalism. Efficiency on a global scale is destructive of nation states and is destructive of the working class and the middle class of every nation state.
Nationalism is based on the principle that one person is better than another.
We nurse a sense of our homogeneity and difference from others, which is precisely what the European Union, in my view, should be doing its best to undermine.
We have to start planning for being an island of 10 million people, and among that, bringing in people as refugees in scale, not just 200, but a much larger number than that, and managing it as we do.
Effectively, we want to attempt to double the size of all of the cities in population terms outside of Dublin.
Sinn Féin will work for the achievement of the optimum position of no restriction on immigration into Ireland. Optimum position of no restriction on immigration into Ireland. Perhaps the Deputy's Party has changed its policy.
And applying economics in its most efficient way takes no account of human beings, takes no account of nations, takes no account of countries, takes no account of identities, cannot take account of identities. And so does globalization make the entire world more economically efficient? Yes, it does. It most certainly does. And it impoverishes ordinary people in every country in the world in the process of doing so. Michael Collins negotiated something which almost nobody knows about, because subsequent governments never made use of it, which was he negotiated fiscal autonomy. And what fiscal autonomy meant was the right to print our own currency.
We've shared our sovereignty, but I think we do recognise our independence as well.
We want nothing to do with a backward-looking idea of sovereignty. We remain absolutely committed to the ideals of the European Union. The proclamation of independence is a generous one.
And cherishing all the children of the nation equally.
It defines the Irish nation as having diverse elements.
Cherishing all the children of the world, of the nation equally.
When their families come with them, which they will in many cases, that figure could be somewhere between 10 and 12,000.
These stories surely are catalysts for us to increase the pace of family reunification.
The multicoloured tapestry that is our Irish nation today. An inclusive, sustainable and fair society.
We have to start planning for being an island of 10 million people.
The proclamation is such an embarrassment to our current Taoiseach that he sent around to every school in Ireland a suggestion that we rewrite it in modern terms. That we should rewrite the proclamation with daft nonsense about multiculturalism, daft rubbish about modern.
Ireland's approach to Europe and to international commitments is deeply intertwined with our national identity.
We were those immigrants who first saw Miss Liberty out of the Hudson fog.
We're the ones who speak up for Ibrahim Alawa.
Daft and contradictory to the very purpose and ideals which took those men out that day to lay down their lives for that irrational idea that I have spoken of, which is love of country.
And nationalism is based on the principle that one person is better than another.
When it is stated in either an indictment or a complaint or both that an offence is aggravated by prejudice, then, on conviction, the court shall find that the offence is aggravated by prejudice relating to race, colour or ethnic origin.
The purpose of the state is to protect its people. And the first purpose then is to protect the very existence of the nation. And that is their fundamental failure. It is a failure to understand, it is a failure to grasp, and in some cases it is a malicious and malevolent intent to use the state to actually destroy the nation. But it is the nation which created the state, and not the other way around. Not the other way around.